Hey everybody, and welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah, welcome.
Today we're tackling something that I think a lot of people have questions about.
Yeah,
It's one of those things that, you probably should know more about, but
absolutely.
maybe you've been putting it off.
Right.
So that's what we're talking about today,
That's right.
life insurance.
Yes.
And specifically, we're going to try to bust some myths about life insurance.
Sounds good.
We're really lucky today
Yes.
to be joined by some experts from Diversified insurance brokers.
Yeah, they're great.
I'm really excited to have them here
Me too.
to help set us straight.
Let's do it.
All right, so
Yeah.
I think the first thing that comes to mind for a lot of people when they think about life insurance is that it's expensive.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that's the biggest one that holds people back.
Yeah, they think it's unaffordable.
Right. Like it's some kind of luxury
Yeah, exactly.
that only the wealthy can consider.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily true, right?
No, not at all.
Especially if you're...
Especially young and healthy. When you're young and healthy, that's the best time to get it.
Yeah.
Because the premiums are much lower.
Right.
You know, you considered low risk.
Yeah.
And you can lock in those rates for a long time.
Exactly.
So, yeah, the whole it's too expensive thing.
Yeah.
That's a myth we got to bust right away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it can be surprisingly affordable.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be.
Especially term life insurance.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
a simple and straightforward type of coverage.
Right, it's just pure insurance.
Exactly, just for a specific period of time.
Right.
So, yeah, if you're young and healthy,
Yeah.
you can get a good amount of coverage
Yeah.
for a price that might surprise you.
Okay, so let's bust another myth while we're on a roll.
All right, bring it on.
This one I think is particularly interesting.
Okay.
The idea that stay-at-home parents don't need life insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's a common one.
And I think a lot of people fall into that trap.
Definitely. It's a misconception.
But when you really think about it,
Yeah.
and you think about the value that a stay-at-home parent provides,
Absolutely.
that's a tremendous amount of work.
It's a full-time job.
Oh, yeah.
And then
It's
some.
like a multifaceted job.
Yeah, you're the CEO of the household.
Yeah, you're doing
You're
everything.
the childcare provider, you're
Yeah.
the chef, the chauffeur,
Yeah.
the tutor,
Yeah,
the event planner.
right.
The list goes on and on.
The house manager.
And it's all unpaid labor.
And it's all so valuable.
Exactly. So to say that stay-at-home parents don't need life insurance
Right.
is completely ignoring the financial impact
Yeah.
of losing them.
Because if something were to happen,
Right.
that other partner would have to figure out how to fill all of those roles.
Exactly. They'd have to hire help.
Yeah, potentially multiple people to fill all those roles.
Potentially multiple people, childcare alone can be incredibly expensive.
Absolutely.
Then you've got all the other household tasks. It can
That's
really
it.
add up.
And you know what else we should mention is that a lot of times that stay-at-home parent is the one who's,
Oh, yeah.
really in charge of the kids' schedules,
Logistic.
the logistics.
Master scheduler.
Right. So it's not just the physical tasks,
Mm.
it's the mental load too.
It's the mental and emotional labor as well. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, docked insurance for stay-at-home parents. It's
Yeah.
not just about replacing income.
Yeah.
It's about protecting the family's well-being.
Yeah, exactly. And it's about recognizing the value of that
Absolutely.
unpaid worth.
100%.
All right. So let's move on to another myth.
Okay.
This one's a little bit trickier
Okay.
because I think sometimes there's a grain of truth to it,
Interesting.
but it's not the whole story.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So this is the idea that employer-provided life insurance is enough.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
So a lot of people get life insurance through their job.
Right. It's a common benefit.
Yeah. And it's great to have.
Absolutely. It's a nice perk.
Yeah, but the problem is
Yeah.
it's often not enough.
Right.
And there are a couple reasons for that.
Yeah.
One is that it's usually tied to your salary.
Right. It might be 1 or 2 times your annual salary.
Exactly. And that might seem like a lot.
Yeah.
But when you really think about what your family would need,
Right.
if something were to happen to you,
Yeah.
it might not be enough to cover things like
Right.
mortgage payments or
Mortgage debt,
college tuition or
college tuition.
just their daily living expenses for an extended period of time.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to think long term.
Right.
And also, what happens if you leave that job?
Right. You lose that coverage.
Exactly. You lose that coverage. So,
Unless you have a portable policy.
yeah, unless you have a portable policy, which is not always the case.
Right.
So it's really important to consider
Yeah.
whether that employer provided coverage
Yeah.
is really sufficient for your needs.
Or whether you need to supplement it.
Or supplement it with an individual policy
Yeah.
that you own and control,
Absolutely.
regardless of your employment situation.
Okay, so we've talked about some of the myths that people have about who needs life insurance,
Yeah.
but now let's talk about some of the myths around when you should get it.
Okay.
Because there's this idea out there
Yeah.
that life insurance is only for older people.
Oh, yeah. It's something you worry about later in life.
Yeah, like when you're nearing retirement.
Right.
Or if you have some health issues.
Yeah, you're not in good health.
But actually, the opposite is true.
Exactly. The best time to get life insurance
Yeah.
is when you're young and healthy
Right.
for all the reasons we talked about earlier.
Right. Lower premiums,
Lower premiums, more options.
easier to qualify,
Easier to
and
qualify.
you can lock in those rates
Lock in those rates for the long haul.
for a long time.
Yeah, so don't wait. Don't procrastinate on this.
Because the longer you wait,
right.
the more expensive it could
The
become,
more expensive it could become.
and the harder it might be to qualify.
Exactly. You never know what health issues might arise
Right.
down the road.
So it's really about being proactive.
yeah, be proactive.
Protecting yourself and your family
Protect your future.
while you're
Yeah.
in a good position to do so.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about taxes.
Okay.
Because this is another area where there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, taxes can be a bit of a headache.
Yeah, so the myth here is that
Yeah.
life insurance payouts are taxed.
Oh, right. People think that the beneficiaries will have to pay taxes
Yeah.
on the death benefit.
Exactly.
But that's not generally the case.
Right. So the good news is,
Yeah.
in most cases,
Yeah.
death benefits are tax-free.
Tax-free for the beneficiaries.
So that money goes directly to your loved ones.
Exactly. Goes straight to them.
Without any
Yeah.
tax implication.
Without Uncle Sam taking a cut.
Right.
It's one of the big advantages of
Yeah.
life insurance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, there are some exceptions.
Okay.
Like if a policy has a cash value component,
Right.
there might be some tax implications for that portion.
Yeah. So it's always a good idea
Yeah.
to talk to a financial advisor
Talk to an expert.
to make sure you understand
Yeah.
the specifics of your policy.
Exactly. Every situation is different.
Right.
So it's best to get personalized advice.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we've busted a lot of myths.
But there's one more myth that I think is really important to address.
Okay.
And that's the myth that you don't need life insurance if you don't have dependents.
Oh, yeah. That's a common misconception.
Yeah, people think, well,
Yeah.
if I don't have kids,
Right.
who am I leaving this money to?
Who needs it? Right.
But actual life insurance can serve a lot of different purposes.
Exactly. It's not just about income replacement.
Right.
It can be used to cover
Yeah.
final expenses.
Like funeral costs.
Like funeral costs.
Which can be a significant burden on families.
Yeah, those costs can really add up.
Absolutely.
And it can also be used to pay off debts.
Like a mortgage.
Like a mortgage or
student loans,
student loans or any other outstanding debts.
credit card debt.
Yeah, credit card debts so that your loved ones
Yeah.
aren't left with those financial obligations.
Right, because even if you don't have children or dependents,
Right.
you probably have people in your life
Absolutely.
who would be affected
Yeah.
by your passing.
Right.
And life insurance can provide
Yeah.
a financial safety net for them.
It's a way to protect them from
Yeah.
financial hardship.
So it's really about thinking about all of the potential
Right.
impacts of your loss.
Exactly. It's not just about income. It's about the overall financial well-being
Of your loved one.
of your loved ones.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
We've busted 6 major life insurance myths.
6 myths debunked.
And hopefully we've shown you
Yeah.
that life insurance is more
It's
affordable and more versatile
more versatile
than you might have thought.
than you might have imagined.
And it's really about
Yeah.
protecting
Protecting
people you love.
and giving yourself
Yeah.
peace of mind.
Peace of mind knowing that they'll be taken care of.
Exactly.
No matter what happens.
So if any of these myths were holding you back,
Yeah.
we encourage you to
Absolutely.
explore your options.
Talk to an expert.
And talk to an expert.
Get the information you need.
You deserve that.
You deserve it.
Financial security
Financial security and peace of mind.
and that peace of mind.
Absolutely.
Now, before we go,
Okay.
I want to leave you with one final thought.
All right. I'm listening.
We've talked a lot about the practical benefits of life insurance.
Yeah, the financial side of things.
There's also an emotional side to it
Oh,
that
absolutely.
I think is really important.
Yeah.
Because when you buy life insurance,
Right.
you're not just buying a policy,
Yeah.
you're making a promise.
It's a promise.
Like
To your loved ones.
for your loved ones,
that you'll always be there for them.
you'll always take care of them.
In a way.
Yeah.
Even after you're gone.
Even in your absence.
And I think that's really powerful.
It's a powerful legacy to leave.
So as you continue your deep dive into financial wellness,
Yeah.
think about that.
Think about the emotional side of it.
Think about the emotional side of life insurance
It's not just about money.
and how it could be a way
Yeah.
to express your love and care
To show your love
for the people who matter most.
for the people who matter most.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for joining
I'll
us.
see you next time
See you next time.
for another deep dive.
Bye for now. LMT. Just